Hey people, I have so much to say. This is like the hashtag vlog. Hashtag everything that's on my mind right now, so here we go. This has been a crazy time in our country and in this world with all of the violence going on, and it's just been unthinkable, and I don't even really know what to say. All we can do, well, I guess not all we can do, but you know, definitely something that we can do is pray, and pray for God's wisdom to help us know how to handle these times, because they are beyond out of hand and beyond ridiculous. Just seemed like every week it was something, whether it was, you know, just one person gets shot here, the other person gets shot there. It's just, oh, goodness gracious. Just a crazy time. Whether it's Alton Sterling or Philando Castile or tons of other African-American males and, you know, even females that we don't get to hear about. And then there are all the police shootings that it's like, it's crazy. I feel like this country is definitely at a boiling point, and, you know, no innocent lives lost. You know, that's never a good thing. And you know, there's the media's agenda to make it seem like every time, you know, a police officer gets shot, it's the black man that did it because they're upset because it's the Black Lives Matter movement and all of that. And I think there was a petition that the White House had to address about people wanting to label Black Lives Matter as a hate group. I mean, really? I don't understand. Clearly Black Lives Matter hasn't been around long enough to be able to blame them for violence when all they're doing is bringing awareness to the issues at hand, which is, if you are a black male, you need to plead the blood because it's not, you know, it's not a safe space in these streets. And that's a horrible thing when you know, I see things on social media, and I can't even imagine being a mother right now of a black son. There are, you know, almost like a how-to, you know, tutorial about how to handle the police officers and what to do, and don't make any sudden movements, and don't look them directly in the eye, and don't reach for this and ask for me. It's like the fact that you have to give your kids a rundown before they leave the house, when all they do, we just want to live. I mean, I just, it's horribly sad. I mean, just horribly sad. And something's got to give. Something's got to give. It just really feels like this country is at a tipping point. Like the train has left the station, and I don't really know what's going to happen from here. But God bless all those families, and pray over your kids, pray over your boys and your girls, you know. May God's angels surround us all. Along the lines of that subject, I was watching Wendy Williams, and I saw her absolutely appalling and ignorant statements about the NAACP and HBCUs, and as was the world, I'm guessing, or at least the African American world. I was shocked beyond shocktation. That's not a word, I'm trying. But I mean, well, okay. Wendy is in her 50s, and her not seeing the use of the NAACP or HBCUs, and her not knowing her very this is like fundamental, like foundational Black history that she seemed to have forgotten. I don't know if her wig was too tight. I don't know if her ratings got too high and she lost herself and forgot the color of her skin and who she is. I don't know, but it was a hot mess on wheels. So much so that she tried to apologize for days to no avail. And no one was trying to hear it. So she invites Roland Martin on her show as if that's going to make it better for her. Roland is awesome. You know, go Roland, power to Roland. He is just so much walking knowledge, and you know, he had completely gone off on her on his show, as he should have. And you know, so many people read her for filth online. So he comes on the show and he expresses his point of view, and he gives her, quick pocket history, Black history lesson that she shouldn't have needed. And he was brilliant, as usual, but it just made, in my opinion, it just made her look even dumber. Like, you shouldn't need a Black history lesson from Roland Martin at your age. And you have parents who are in their 80s. Like, the level of ignorance, people, no matter how successful you are, don't forget who you are. Don't forget who you are. Don't forget where your allegiance should lie. And don't forget the basic fundamental freaking things you should know about your own history and about this world. We're not even talking about the 1800s or the 1960s and the civil rights movement. We're just talking about today, 2016, and all the injustices that are going on. And her statements were beyond appalling. And I mean, it's kind of like one of those things where, at least for me, it's made an indelible mark. And it's like, I can't look at her without thinking about those stupid things she said. And in my mind, if that's your opinion, you shouldn't be apologizing for it. You're really probably apologizing because, I think it was Chevy or something that pulled out. And so when you start losing endorsements and the producers start to get on your back, you have to say something. I just think it was, it was ridiculous. It was ridiculous, and I can't look at her without thinking about it. So that has definitely tainted my already tainted, because she's mean. She's just mean. Wendy watching. So, I mean, pray for Sister Wendy. Good. My other hashtag live your life. Which, back to Wendy, she should have lived her life. Stand in your truth, Heather. If that's how you really feel, then stand in your truth and say that's how you feel and don't apologize for it. I do not like it when people have to backpedal. If that's how you feel, go balls to the wall and tell the world how you feel. But don't try to backpedal when what is wrong with his hair? Anyway, don't try to backpedal when stuff starts going awry with advertising and, business-wise. Because I think everybody should be truthful. If that's on your heart, that's on your heart. Live your life. But on that subject, I just feel like so many people, I'll start here. God has given us, and bear with me, these are new glasses, and glasses and lashes really don't go right now. But anyway, God has given us free will. He gave everybody free will. He didn't make us here to, and force us to love him or worship him or praise him or know him or acknowledge him or anything or anyone. We have free will. And that's one of the most beautiful things in the world. And it just seems like sometimes people don't know how to respect your life and your life decisions. They don't know how to respect that free will, that you get to do what you want to do. And because it's your life. Like, do you know how powerful that is? It's your God-given life. So people should respect your decisions, right? And give you space, give you 10 feet, let you do what you do. You don't have to agree with my decisions, but respect them. Obviously, that isn't a lesson that is easily learned for people, because people like to take their free will that God gave them to live their own lives, and they don't want to hear you tell them anything about how you disagree with what they're doing or what's going on with them or how they're doing the wrong thing, but they want to take every opportunity to tell you what you should do and how you should be living your life and how they disagree with the decisions that you made. It's ridiculous. People, live your life. And because of all the negative people and all the stupid people in the world, it has made the other people, the good people, the nice people who just want to live their lives and have, you know, their boundaries that they've set for their lives to be respected, it's made them kind of shy and back down, and it shouldn't be that way. Live your life, people. If you have a decision, make it. It's your life. You're never stuck. You're never in a box. No one can tell you what to do. They can't get you in trouble. You ain't gonna get a whooping. You're not going to the principal's office. Grown folks ain't gotta lie. Live your life. I just hate it when people try to make you feel stuck or make you feel guilty for setting proper boundaries on your life. They want to live their lives and yours too. And it's not fair. And people cowered, you know, down and try to live within the expectations of others, but don't be a prisoner to the expectations of others. They don't have your life to live. They have theirs. And though they want to live yours too, you need to remember that you only have one life of your own to live. So don't go into the family business when your passion is dance, but everybody wants you to be a lawyer or a doctor. Don't do that. Dance for your life. You know, it's kind of like the movie, what is it called? Superstar with Mary Catherine Gallagher. She taught a really good lesson. Her grandmother wanted her to be a businesswoman. She didn't want to be a businesswoman. She wanted to be a superstar. So, moral of the story, do what you do. Do what you want to do. Don't say, oh, my parents think. Don't cave into the pressure of others to live an inauthentic life. I'll just leave it there. Don't cave into the pressures of others to live an inauthentic life, because at the end of the day, it's not worth it. Only you have to pay the consequences for that. Don't marry who you think you're supposed to marry. Don't stay married because you think you're supposed to stay married. Don't do it. Don't have kids before you're ready to have children. Just don't give in to the pressure, people. Don't give in to the pressure. And be warned, oh, this hair for real. Be warned, when people see you living your life, they're gonna want in on it. When they see that you're living a happy, authentic, organic, wonderfully fulfilling life, they're gonna want in on it. So be prepared. People that you haven't heard from in 10, 20 years, family members included, that you haven't seen since you were 3 at the 3rd annual family barbecue, they're going to start hitting you up and want in on your life. That's what comes along with the territory. And that's a horrible thing too. And don't give in to the pressure of so-called family members and people that you've known since kindergarten and stuff like that, and their expectations and their crap that they try to bring on you after all these years. Don't do it. Be you. Be your own person and be strong. This would be my hashtag. We're related, but we're not family. Anyway, case in point, I'm just living my life, and basically I have to give you some backstory. Let me put my phone down. I have to give you some backstory, and I may need to take these glasses off. Anyway, I have to give you backstory. So, one of my family members, I use family very loosely. One of my family members, I mean, anyway. I had not heard from him at all. I almost didn't even know the sound of his voice. That's how distant we were. Now, let me take you back to around 2005, 2006. I was with my ex. He was playing for Mariah Carey. This family member hadn't spoken to ever over the phone, hadn't seen since I was a little child, never called to ask me how I was doing, if I needed anything, if I wanted anything. I am his brother's only child and never had anything to do with me until he finds out that the man I was with was playing for Mariah Carey. So of course, the first and only phone call that I've ever gotten from this person was to ask me for Mariah Carey tickets, because Mariah Carey was coming to his town. Really? So of course, I spoke to him, I took the phone call, I was gracious, I was nice, knowing in the back of my very appalled mind that he wasn't getting no effing tickets, okay? Just like that. No. I don't care if Mariah's coming to Arizona. You ain't going. So that's how I felt. So she came, she went, he didn't go. I never spoke to him again. I thought that was ridiculous, and I felt like I didn't even owe an explanation. Like, you're just gonna not get a phone call back, because guess what? I don't have to. Because remember that a few minutes ago? I'm grown. What you gonna do, whoop me? No. So that was 2005 or 6. Okay, so fast forward a decade freaking later. A decade later that was filled with divorce, that was filled with me almost losing my life because I had a ginormic fibroid tumor growing inside of me that I had to have major surgery to remove. Did he send a get well soon card? Did he call, text, write, anything? No, nothing. So 2016 comes, and he decides to hit me up on Instagram and tell me, I see you living your life in the sunshine, or something crazy like that. Okay, then he proceeds to send me random pictures of family members that I don't know. And so, you know, it was bugging me, all these messages on my Instagram. Oh, goodness, it's the phone. Hold on. Okay, where was I? Yes, so he hit me up on Instagram, and he was leaving comments under my pictures, you know, this is your uncle, you know, da 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 da. It was bothering me a lot. Like, every time I saw a message or, you know, a private message or a comment under one of my photos, I just felt offended. And that little feeling got to stirring in my belly, and I knew I had to do something about it. So basically, I was curious to know, why is it that someone that I haven't heard from in 10 years all of a sudden has so much to say, when the last time we spoke he was asking for Mariah Carey tickets. So I went ahead and did the mature thing, in my opinion. I'm a grown up. I wanted to go ahead. I was curious. I wanted to ask. So I asked him. And I let him know that it was just offensive to me, because I just, you know, I just didn't like it. I didn't understand what we really had to talk about, and you know. So that conversation didn't go too well. He messages me back on Father's Day and proceeds to call me everything but a child of God, and even insulted my looks. And I'm like, really? But anyway, needlessly to say, he got blocked. After a lot of words from me, he got blocked. But my point in all this is saying, you know, just because you're so-called family, just because we are related, doesn't mean that you are family. I feel no obligation to deal with people. This is where the personal boundaries thing kind of comes into play a little more. I have made decisions in my life that have brought me to a peaceful place. I think I can't say we all do, but at least most of us, when you get to a certain age, you kind of figure out life and what you want it to be about, and the type of person you want to be, and the human being that's going to make you proud when you look in the mirror. And you live your life according to those standards. And that's what I have done. And you know, that's what I proceeded to tell him, and it didn't go so well. And I thought, how cold-blooded. I mean, number one, you don't know how I feel on Father's Day. I've been very blessed to have a surrogate father in my life that has loved me, and I feel like I've known him my whole life, and I feel blessed to be loved in that way and to be able to love in that way. But do I miss my biological father every day? Yes. Is that horrible to have one of his brothers tell me off and call me names and even insult my looks? Yes. I mean, on Father's Day of all days, when maybe I don't ever thank God. God is a wonder working power. okay? And his joy is very clearly my strength. I wouldn't have been able to make it this far in life if I hadn't had God and all of his peace and all of the joy that the Lord brings. So for me, Father's Days have never been sad or challenging, thank God. But my biological father passed when I was 9, just in case you guys are wondering, like, what is she talking about? So Father's Day could very well, since he doesn't, his brother doesn't know me, could very well have been a time of great sadness. So to be told off on Father's Day was like not cool at all. And that was definitely a disqualifier to carry on any further in my life. Just because you're related doesn't mean that we are freaking related. I mean, no, just kidding. Doesn't mean that we're family. Doesn't mean that we're freaking family. Family is comprised of many different things. I feel closer to my friends, who have known me since I was 12, 13 years old than I do to some so-called family members. Family is defined beautifully in many different ways. And thank God it doesn't stop at those to whom we are blood related, because family, just Lord, oh my goodness gracious, if they don't just act like they belong in the city dump sometimes, then I don't know who does. It shouldn't be that difficult. Really, it just really shouldn't be that difficult. But anyway, in conclusion, people, be kind to others. Like that saying goes, you never know what people are going through. Everybody has a struggle. Everybody's going through something. Be kind, okay? Be kind. Pray for your babies. Pray for yourselves. Be safe. Live your life. Be a superstar in your own life, and don't let other people define your life for you. It's such a beautiful gift to be able to define it for yourself, and it's a God-given gift. Don't take it for granted, because when you don't achieve your dreams because your parents wanted you to be a doctor or a lawyer or a plumber or go into the family towel business or whatever the case may be, and you're the only person who has to put your head on the pillow and answer to yourself and to all the gifts that God gave you that you never used because you fell under the influence of a different opinion. Do you go with God and be a superstar, and don't be afraid to use that block button. Use it on your phone, use it on social media, use it. You will feel so much better. That's why the block button was created, so you can block out all the negative vibes. Just block. Come on with me, say it with me. Block. There you go. See, that's simple. Anyway, I love you guys. God bless. I pray for this country, this world. I definitely pray for my social media family every single day. So blessings to you. Stay prayed up yourself. I'll see you in the vlogs. Oh goodness. If it ain't one thing, it's the other. It's this hair. Let's see, these glasses. Okay, with glasses, without glasses. I don't know. Oh Lord, bear with me. Anyway.